Today I'm going to read Chapter 3 of my new book called The Package. Let's go. Chapter 3, A Package Arrives. I got out of bed. My head was hurting so badly. It took me a while to do my daily routine, like getting dressed. After this was finally done, I went upstairs to eat something small for breakfast and take medicine. I ate some toast and fruit, which filled my stomach up enough for now. Once I was able to take my medicine, I laid down on the couch with an ice pack on my head. I fell back asleep and dreamed about my fantasy world again. This time I was dreaming about being healthy again and playing soccer with my friends. I scored a couple of goals and blocked a couple of shots. In the middle of my dream, I heard the doorbell ring. I woke up, panicked for a second. Both of my parents were at work, and no one texted me about coming back home. I assumed that my mom forgot to tell me about another family member that was coming to check up on me. I was still cautious, because someone could have known that I was sick and home alone. Maybe a robber was at the door. I was crawling around my living room floor, so the guy couldn't see me through the window. Right when I was leaving the living room, the doorbell rang again. I got even more scared. Why would they ring it again? Why would the robber want to be seen? I opened the door with fear in my eyes. I still looked sick. The robber would know I was weak. When I opened the door, it was a delivery driver. Of course a robber wouldn't ring the doorbell. Once our eyes met each other, I could tell something was off. He said, "I'm a new delivery driver. I've been sent from the other side of North America. My name is John, and I was told to drop this off. Is this Ryan?" I told him that my name was Ryan, and he told me that this is your fantasy world, right here in this package. Only 50 people in the world have ever received these boxes from me. I was confused. First of all, I said, "How do you know about my fantasy world? And second, how could this be a fantasy world? It's just a package." He told me that since I've been dreaming about this for a very long time, I was one of the few people selected to live in their fantasy world for a week. After he said this, I just walked away and hopped in his car. Weird, I said to myself. There's no way this could have been true. I went back inside to my kitchen and put the package down on my countertop. It was very light, but very hard to open. I got some scissors and tried to open the package. Inside the package was a glowing light. I was still confused. It seemed like there was a mirror that reflected the lights in the room. That's what made it seem like it was glowing. I put my hand into the box where the mirror was, but my hand went right through it. When I took my hand out of the package, I was holding a chocolate bar. This made a bit of sense, because I had chocolate in my fantasy world. I put my hand through the mirror again and grabbed another chocolate bar. I tried to put my face inside the package to see what was going on, but it looked like a 100-foot drop. The package was only a foot tall. I got up from the stool to look inside again. It was still 100 feet deep. I know this is a risk, I said to myself, but I'm going in. I slowly put my feet in the box and lowered myself in. I might regret this, I say to myself over and over again. The delivery driver could be lying, but at the same time, I could come back into the real world in just a week. I could have time in the fantasy world and in the real world. My head goes down into the package. The mirror seems so far down. I'm only holding on by my hands now, still hesitating to let go. It's been 20 minutes of me holding on. I have the feeling of letting go. At the same time, I don't know what's down there. I take a couple deep breaths, still feeling sick. I remember the dream I had the other night. The world won't have any sickness, any bad feeling. I let go.